You recording, Alan?
I'd start.
Okay. Just have to check. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 60 of the Last Place Fire Team Show. We are here yet again, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row now, is it, gentlemen? Right?
Full
So
month.
that's good. We're on a full month. Oh shoot. Okay, nice. So we're on a streak. That's good. That's good. So yeah, welcome, episode 60. Crazy milestone. Never thought I'd do 60. That's nuts. So today we're gonna be talking about EA and the FIFA divorce. We're gonna be talking about what new major IP EA has up its sleeves, and we're also gonna talk about Battlefield 2042, which is not a story I put in the doc for the gentleman, but I will. Don't worry, it just came up like a few minutes ago. But before that, let's go ahead and see how my two co-hosts are doing. Chris, I see you're holding up your shirt because it's an EA day, right? And you know you're excited for all the Star Wars.
I'm in the middle
games
of
coming out,
fighting a sneeze, actually.
A sneeze.
It hit me and it's like right here. I'm like, and then it pulled back. I'm like, all right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you were showing me your
No,
Darth
I
Maul
was gonna
on
sneeze
your
on my shirt. Yeah.
Okay, so how you been? What have you been watching? What have you been playing?
I've been good. Been working quite a bit, but some cool things happening at work for me. But also been playing a lot of games. Recently beat Chrono Cross. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I stuck it through. I was kind of getting tired of the battling, but the story
Is
I
that
liked.
4 games now?
Yeah, that was the fourth one.
Nice.
And then I was playing Stanley Parable, the deluxe edition today. Fantastic. I'm having a lot of fun with that. And started Elden Ring. So flying through these games. And then for watching.
Now wait, do you think you're going to finish Elden Ring? Or do you think it's going to get to you and you're going to be like, you know what, I have better things to do?
It's hard to say because it's a different, like, it's my first From Software game. And it's so far like playing the beginning.
So you've never played any Dark Souls? Or
No,
Bloodborne,
no.
anything like
And
that?
this one, I was like, okay, this one feels fun. Like I'm having fun. We'll see how it goes. I can't tell you right now if I'll because I know the game is huge. But as of right now, I plan on finishing it. I just know if I didn't play it now, if I didn't start now, whenever Starfield comes out later on in the year in Call of Duty or whatever is next, I'm not gonna touch it. So I need to hop in.
We gotta if we plan to finish or play a game, we have to do it before Starfield because after that, I don't think either one of us are gonna, take even notice of our backlog.
Yeah, because that's my setting. Because I never was a fan of. I think that's what pulled me away from the Witcher game, but also I plan on playing the Witcher. It's just that I get tired of that. Like, not tired, but I'm not as a big of a fan of like the medieval stuff like everybody else is, like knights and getting the armor and the sword and all that stuff like that. I like space stuff, even though I guess you could say Star Wars is swords and stuff like that, but future sword, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Starfield because of of space. I love space and everything like that. So, yeah. And then also I was waiting. I'm excited because I thought that I would start streaming retro games on whenever the PlayStation Plus thing happens next month. And I was hoping that because Gex was on PlayStation, correct? That was on the PlayStation 1. I'm hoping that's in the library because I kind of want to start off with that. I don't know why I was thinking about it, but yeah. And I recently got my Nintendo 64 from my mom's house, so looking at doing some things with that. So yeah, I've been pretty busy. So.
Okay, nice. And did you say what you were?
Watching. Yes, watching. I went and saw Doctor Strange. You guys can go see our video on that. And then been watching Seinfeld. Just kind of chucking through that right now. So other than that, there are some. I'm waiting for Barry to kind of pick up a little bit on HBO Max because that's another show that I love. But I didn't want to watch it wait every week, so I'm letting it build a little bit so I can just binge it. And tried to watch. I'm still got to watch Batman, and I will probably try that tonight. Don't shake your head at me, man. I tried. The one night I started it 3 times. My mom called me, right? Talking to my mom. Bree called me on her break, and then as soon as Bree finished, Alan texted me and he's like, "Hey, I'm ready to record," and I had to record. And then that night we were also going to Doctor Strange, so I did not have time to watch Batman and then see Doctor Strange. So yeah,
Batman.
The
The
Batman.
Batman.
Oh,
It's on HBO Max.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
gotcha.
never
thought
watched
you
it,
already
and
saw
that
it.
was I got shamed from Alan and
Yeah.
who'd you do the show
I
with?
did that one with Richard.
With Richard, yeah. Shout out to Richard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Sounds like an eventful week. Time, yeah.
Busy time. Man. And then we got a freaking MegaCon going. So if you guys are going to MegaCon, me and Alan are gonna be there. Yendi, you're not going?
No, not
okay.
No,
I got off. So we got the pass. I'm going to see Kevin Smith's show, and it should be a really fun weekend. So if you guys are gonna be there, let us know in the comments, and we'd love to meet you guys. So yeah.
So in the beginning, you mentioned something about exciting things happening at work. Is that something you can talk about? Tell us a little bit about, or is it under wraps?
So it's not under wraps. It's just a position. It's something. There's a goal that I want to get to on the show, and it's show control. And I'm taking a baby step towards show control. They're training me on systems, so it'll be my first So I'm an audio tech, right? I've done shows, I've ran audio for shows, but this is like a technical, like the real computer technical side of something that I've always wanted to learn. I've always seen from the outside and seen these guys work on it, and I'm like, man, I want to be in this room one day. And it looks like I'm slowly making my way there. So,
what show is it?
Harmonious. At Epcot.
Oh, is that the new one?
That's the new fireworks show, the newest fireworks show.
Nice. Yeah, I still haven't seen any of that stuff.
Yeah, we got to get you out there, man.
I gotta go to Disney, man. It's just it's 2017 was the last time I've been.
I'm gonna get you out there. We're gonna get you out there. I mean, Alan and me and Bree are gonna go tomorrow. We're gonna get to ride Guardians, so that'll be fun. I'm excited to see Alan and Bree's reaction. I've ridden that ride a lot.
Which park is that in?
That's in Epcot. It's Epcot's newest ride. It's Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and perks of working at a theme park. I mean, we did it at Busch whenever Tigris was opening. They need test dummies, so you need to go. They're like, hey, employees, come get a free ride, but also we need to get a certain amount of people to run on this ride so we can open it to the public. And that's exactly what's happening with there. We'll get an email saying hey, this ride's open from this time to this time if you want to ride it. And then you just show up and they're like, all right, get on. So, yeah.
Well, Alan, our other co-host, sir, how have you been? What have you been watching and playing, if anything?
I have been great. Thank you for asking. I been playing Trek to Yomu, which is Digital Revolver's new game. It is right up my alley because it is a 2D samurai game. So
it's black and white too, right? It's in black and white.
Yep, and black and white, so it's noir. It's very cool. It's actually it's weird because the graphics are really good, even though it's not I guess the art style is what I really like, even though it's a 2D kind of game where it's black and white, and it just looks really cool. And you don't even end. What they did perfectly is that it's already in Japanese, and they give you subs. They don't even ask you if you want it in English. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for me. But I could see why some other people might not like that. So I don't even know if there's English voice actors in this game, but I've been playing it. I've played it for about a good 3 to 4 hours. Really enjoyed it. It can be difficult. I'm playing on the hardest level right now. That you can play, and then when you unlock it, you can get it. But it's pretty rewarding. You have to dodge parry systems, and then obviously you have kills. But it's really a couple of moves and a couple combos, and so it's really fun for me. I've been enjoying it a lot. And then I watched Doctor Strange. So if you guys twice at this point, so definitely check out our review discussion on that on the YouTube and anywhere you get your podcast.
Yeah, please see it, because I've been telling people about this because people have been asking me, right? I had family members ask me, they're like, oh, what you think of the movie and all this other stuff. I'm like, guys, I talked about it for a straight hour in this video. Please support. It just it's not even I get family will click on a video like, oh, Chris is there. I see him on the screen. Cool. And then they exit out. If you're interested in this stuff, right? I mostly tell people I am like the average viewer and Alan has all the knowledge. So if you want to know something, I give the average viewer opinion and then Alan comes in and gives me more insight on the view that I just had and opens the door up. Okay? Go watch more than 10 minutes of the video. Please.
Yeah.
Please. I'm telling you guys will enjoy it. You will listen to Alan and then be like, "Huh, I never thought of it like that." And he gives you the information so you can go back and go pick up a comic book if you want to get into that and say like, "Oh, I am interested in this." And Alan gave you the gateway to find out why the movie went the way it did. So yeah, it's just been something that's like everybody's like, "Oh, what'd you think of it?" I'm like, I talked about it for an hour. Go click on it.
It is getting really to that point though, honestly, when you do shoot videos like that where you're like, someone's like, "Hey, what'd you think?" And you're just like, "Look, just watch it here."
Yeah, because I'm like, it was a good episode. It's the frustrating ones that it's like it's a really good episode. There are some episodes where I'm just like, oh, like whenever we do when we talk about Halo, it's rough. And then there's ones like this where it's just like there's so many thoughts and ideas that go into this and everybody has a different opinion on it, and it's just something cool to like. I listen to other podcasts. As soon as I watch a movie like that, I pop a podcast in the car and then immediately start listening to everybody else's idea, and then I start realizing I'm like, oh wait, did they mean that there, and did they do this here, and all this other stuff. So yeah, but sorry to interrupt Alan. I had to go on that.
I kind of envy you for having a commute that way you can listen to podcasts and audiobooks and all stuff like that.
I can
do it home, but I can't focus.
Oh God, I love it.
But yeah, Alan, anything else?
Yeah, but we've been really we did do that. And shout out to the friends who did do the opposite of Chris, who what Chris was saying, where they were like, they asked me a question and they were like, "Hey, what'd you think?" And they were like, "Wait, I'm just gonna listen to your episode." So shout out to the people who did do that. That is pretty awesome. It does. I don't care if it's one person or 10 people. It just one person makes me like, it just makes me happy when someone's like, "Yeah, I'll just go listen to this on this." So definitely appreciate that.
And speaking of appreciating, a small win for us here. Since I last checked, we have 3 new subscribers to our YouTube. So I don't know if you guys know who they are or not, but whoever you guys are, thank you for supporting us and checking out our stuff. And actually, the second to last video you guys did is doing pretty well actually in views comparatively to some of the other videos. So applause to you gentlemen for the consistency, because I don't know how the hell you guys do it. I'm talking about like these guys are texting in the group chat at like 11, 12 at night. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing?
It's usually
like,
figuring out what time we're gonna record.
He's like, "You ready to record?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, it's like 2 in the morning."
Yeah, I'll sit there and clock out of work, and I'm like, I gotta go home and record.
Dedication, man. I'll tell you what, it's impressive.
Hey,
I wish I could do more, but
yeah,
we got to be here for it. But but that's it for me, man. So what about you, Yendi? What you been watching? What you been playing? How you doing?
I've been I'd be lying if I said I've been good. It's been very stressful at work. But you know, that's just life. Got to get through it. A lot of big things happening. I have to do a lot of documents, stuff like that. But as far as playing, I think nothing. I haven't played anything, but I can't remember. As far as watching, I'm now on towards the end of the 2nd season of The Boys. Still a great show for us. Both me and Anna enjoy it.
Watching it too.
Yeah, we watched it together, which again is rare when we both watch the same thing and actually like it. But I've been enjoying that, and I believe you watched. Oh my God! I saw the second worst movie in my entire life, and I can't believe I wasted $6.
I kind of want you guys to do a short debrief on it, because like I just, the way you guys were texting about it, I kind of want to watch it now, just to watch it.
Just to see, like,
fantastic.
Like I went into it with Alan's advice that it's not a good movie, but it's a fun movie to watch. Okay, so I went into it with an open mind, and the movie's called
Moonfall.
Moonfall.
Okay.
Moonfall. Yeah. I asked Alan, like, "Hey man, what do you think about this movie? I'm looking for something to watch." and I was about 2-3 margaritas in, so I didn't care. I was already tipsy. That motherfucking movie sobered me up so fast because it was such trash.
So
Like,
bad.
terrible pacing, terrible acting. The strange part is that the actors weren't bad. They're
great.
not bad actors, right?
Like, it's
But
Halle
it's just
Berry. Like,
the script was complete ass. Like, what were they thinking? And then I realized in the very beginning when I saw the starting credits, and then I watched some of the other scenes where, anyways, it clicked. I said, this movie was funded by the Chinese government. That's the only explanation why this script is so bad, and because they kind of shoehorned in the Chinese speaking parts that had no place. Like, why did that kid know Chinese? Like, it made no sense. Like, obviously, yeah, the babysitter or whatever was teaching him, but why? Where did that come from? I fully expected the Chinese government to come in and like be a big part of the movie, but no. Anyways, it was all over the place.
Yeah, you guys should definitely do a debrief on this.
It was a cash grab. I feel like I can't believe this came out in theaters. Okay, yeah. So the whoever the studio was that took it probably didn't pay for shit. It was probably the outside.
Oh no, I'm sure they paid because Halle Berry is not a cheap actress to get.
Would that be another what do they call it? Raspberry Award for her?
Listen, I don't know. I don't know.
My God, it was terrible. I would watch it if it was free, but I've never paid for it. Don't pay for it unless you actually want to see it and put yourself through that. Or you got to be high because drunk won't even do it. But yeah, that's what I watched.
Also, shout out to Black Magic, who I watched Doctor Strange with. I see you, Cuzzo.
Oh yeah, Black Magic was in town, right? How was that?
Yeah, he was in town. It was good. I haven't seen him in like, I don't know, like 7 years or something like that.
And then all I picture is him walking up to you and punching you in the face and be like, "That was for that time that we were playing this fighting game back 7 years ago, and I've been waiting to do this whole time."
No, we've been playing fighting games since we were younger. That was about 20 years ago, but
So,
but yeah.
What content did you guys record together?
For what?
I mean, I'm assuming you recorded some content, right?
For what?
Anything.
With
big
who?
occasion like this, Black Magic being in town and all that.
Well,
what's going on?
No. I'm really
Coming
bad
out
at
later.
that. I'm just bad at that.
What you need me as a cameraman. Let's put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I need to follow you guys around. Yeah,
exactly.
Gotcha.
That's why you should come to MegaCon.
Oh, I could have been the cameraman. Shoot,
I'm actually really going to try.
You still can be. You should come for one day, man. Just take time.
Man. You have no idea how busy work is. But anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our latest YouTube video, which is
Doctor Strange.
The Doctor Strange review, and that's with Richard, right?
No,
that's me.
That's just me and Chris.
Okay. Yeah. And then before that, they did the Moon Knight, the
season finale. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure you go check that out over on our YouTube. Both are doing really good in views, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Go support us. Go like it. Leave a comment.
And then we'll have Halo out this week.
We're gonna put Halo together, so we'll do the last episode, which was it'll be really brief. And then
it's gonna be quick because okay, Yendi.
This is Chris's fault why it's not out.
It is, but I do want Yendi to watch the show. Okay, I will say the last episode had fun and everything. I just did not want to talk about it. I was just like, I'm so over this, man. I just want this show to end.
So do you like it, Alan and Chris? You don't like
it? Dude, it's a huge wave. It has good moments where I was like, can we stay here? And then immediately takes you out, and you're like, why are we over here? And then we go back into the high moments. And I'm like, oh, we're doing okay, and then right back down to the low moments.
It's literally one of those shows that you just continue watching it because you know the potential in your own head. And then you're like, I wonder if they hit on this, and then it weekly disappoints.
So is it the director that's not doing a good job?
It's the story.
It's the story. It's the story.
Okay,
yeah. And it's one particular. If you go and watch our debriefs, you can tell what part of the story. It's just a part of the story that just doesn't need to be there. and that's
Mhm.
all the last episode was. It feels like they just closed that chapter. Hopefully, we'll see. But even them closing that chapter, it just made no sense of why it was there in the first place. So
I don't think they closed that chapter, but
yeah,
And the
but
show's is based off the books, right? Not the games.
no, this is its own thing.
yeah, it's its own thing.
But it's still canon then.
That's the problem. I don't know.
Oh, I see. I mean, I would think it's official canon, but oh well.
Mm,
Eventually, I might check it out. I don't know. One other thing to talk about YouTube side here is if you haven't seen our Steam Deck first impressions with me and Alan, it's up there. It's got quite a bit of views actually, 413
I'm
views.
telling
so...
you, man, people want to know about the Steam Deck. I will do another review on it. I need more playtime with it because whenever I got it, Chrono Cross came out and I picked up my Switch again. So that was the reason. So I'm putting more time on it, and yeah, like I said, I played Elden Ring on it and it actually plays really good. So I will probably be playing some of these bigger games. Although I will say, as soon as I started Elden Ring, I played what I put on there, Tunic. I put Tunic on there first, and I've been playing that, and it tells you how much battery life you have left. So Tunic, 3 to 4 hours at 60 frames, like high settings. Elden Ring, you put that on there, right? It drops down to an hour from 100% battery. If you run it at full settings on the Steam Deck, you have an hour to play. So
Nice.
yeah, they're updating it consistently though. They're keeping up with it, that it's giving me more options on how to make the battery life live longer. And they're helping with the fans inside. It's crazy how much they're supporting this thing. So
Good.
yeah, and then in a
Fine.
couple, I think next month we should be hearing more about the Steam Deck dock, and we'll see what happens with that. So yeah,
I hope they don't call it the Steam Deck dock.
I think it's just called this. I think it's called the deck. Yeah, I think it's
Deck dock.
Yeah.
They should call it the base station. But anyways, Black Magic says next time for sure we are vlogging us drinking and telling stories. Yes, that needs to be a mini series between you two, and then of course
be
we can
fun.
make content with all three of us. You can do it right by like a fire. Just have your wine or whatever you drink. And yeah, tell some cool stories.
yeah, man.
Back to the housekeeping here. We don't have a giveaway yet, but I think soon we will. And that reminds me, I still need to ship out that mouse. Sorry, whoever that winner was.
Howard.
Over in Howard. Howard?
Yeah.
Howard, I will get that out to you. It's still in here. Maybe I'll send you a little something extra just because for the delay. And then finally, if you want to be a guest on the show, once again, reach out to us on our socials or just wherever you know where to find us. If you're watching here, you know where to find us. I'm looking at you, Black Magic. I know you want to be on the show. You don't have to show your face. You just talk. We want to hear you talk. We want to hear your opinions. So, all right. Finally, let's go ahead and start our stories for the day. We have really only 3 with a little quick fire round happening here. First up, it appears that EA and FIFA have finally finalized their divorce. This is over at VGC and is by Andy Robinson. FIFA confirms it will create an EA Sports FC rival and says it will be the only authentic real game. The constant is the FIFA name and it will remain forever and remain the best. Well, I mean, they got all the rights, right?
I mean,
FIFA has confirmed it will launch a rival game to Electronic Arts' newly announced EA Sports FC, which I assume stands for football club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. After the pair confirmed they will split after nearly 30 years. After FIFA's 2023 release later this year, EA will begin a new era in July 2023. So we still got a while before it happens. Oh man, that margarita is getting to me. With the introduction of EA Sports FC series, the game publisher announced on Tuesday, the company insists that despite losing the FIFA brand, its games will not change that much. Thanks to over 300 licensing deals, the same great experiences, modes, leagues, tournaments, clubs, and athletes will be included in EA Sports FC, it said. In its own statement, FIFA said that the split from EA will allow it to launch a new football video game series developed with third-party studios and publishers, providing more choice for football and gaming fans in the lead up to the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022, and FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023. According to the footballing body, discussions are currently undergoing with leading game publishers, media companies, and investors in regard to the development of a new FIFA simulation football game for 2024, which would directly compete with EA Sport FC. Sooner than that, multiple non-simulation games are already under production and will launch during the third quarter of this year. The first of which is described as a tailored gaming experience, which means like probably NFTs and like crazy microtransactions.
They can do it with that FIFA, the cards, the FIFA Ultimate. Is that what it's called?
FIFA, yeah.
Yeah. So
featuring the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Additional projects are also under discussion with publishers ahead of next year's FIFA Women's World Cup, it said. In a strongly worded statement, FIFA president Gianni Infantino insisted that only games carrying its official license would be credible to football fans. Okay, like EA hasn't done this. I can assure you that the only authentic real game that has a FIFA name will be the best one available for gamers and football fans, he said. The FIFA name is the only global original title. FIFA 23, 24, 25, and 26, and so on. The constant is the FIFA name, and it will remain forever the best. Ooh. So, gentlemen, shots fired. Not EA. FIFA is very confident that they will find a studio that will make the games.
They sound like they're fed up.
Fed up, yeah. We did talk about this in an earlier show, probably a few weeks ago, and they basically said the reason for this was that EA didn't want to pay for the licensing fees, which FIFA had to raise, and it was like crazy amount. It was like in the billions of dollars, I'm pretty sure, and that sounds about right. I guess my first question we'll start with you, Alan. Do you think FIFA will find a studio that will make games that are on par with the quality that EA has been doing for the last 30 years? Like, do you think, this is also a part of that question, do you think that their first game with whoever decides to take on this project will be a flop, or do you think it will be a success? Because really in the end, the only thing that FIFA has is the names and licenses. So what do you think?
That's the thing. It really does depend on who's making the game, because you're going to not only is FIFA just, when you think FIFA, you think EA Sports, right? So a lot of people who don't actually delve into the things that, like, for instance, like we're part of the minority who actually like goes in and like knows about developers and all that stuff. But as far as like the average audience, they're not going to know like, oh, that a different gaming developer is making this game. They're going to buy the game. It's going to say FIFA. They're going to put it in and they're going to notice like, wait a second, this doesn't say EA Sports. And if the game quality isn't what the game was, they're going to have an issue with it. Because like you said, people's been playing FIFA for 30 years. I mean, I'm one of the people who've been playing FIFA for 30 years since Sega Genesis. So like, it's really interesting. I think FIFA is going to have to, and FIFA is known for this. They're known to be cocky. They're known to be arrogant. This is what they do. Because they know that they're the world's biggest sport. They know that at the end of the day, if there's a FIFA on there, that people are going to buy it regardless, because it's the same thing with PES. I mean, people bought PES and a lot of people enjoyed PES. I wonder if Konami might be that person they try to get in hold with. And then if you do get in hold with Konami and they do get like those licenses and stuff like that, that would be a big step, because there's already an audience for PES. And if go ahead.
Do you think Konami has the money to take that on?
Well, I would assume that the deal would get worked differently, because I'm pretty sure that FIFA is not going to work the deal the same way. They're going to work it to the point where they're going to be like, look, we're going to fund you X amount of money. You get to keep X amount of money, and then we're going to make all the money on the because that's the real issue, is that they didn't get to make as much money as they wanted on when Foot Draft and all that stuff came out, like the fantasy card thing. When that came out, it was actually an EA product. So the issue there was that the EA was making a ton of money from that. FIFA essentially, because the rights were already given out and the names and all that stuff, FIFA technically doesn't make anything profitable as far as besides the game sale itself. So that's why FIFA was like, wait a second, we could do our own Ultimate Team. like with our own product and then work the contract better. So essentially that's why FIFA really got upset, because they know EA was making a ton of money on Ultimate Team, because a lot of people play Ultimate Team. So I think FIFA is looking at it like, oh, we can make money on this too. Like we can make a bigger percentage if you guys are not going to give it to us. So I'm sure whatever gaming company they do figure it out with, that's going to be part of the deal. Like anything that's made on Ultimate Team or whatever they decide to call it, we're going to make money on that too. And I think that's
Oh,
what
they're gonna
FIFA
do.
is really
You
gonna
think they're gonna do
go for.
revenue share?
Absolutely. FIFA's not gonna, because you can,
Yeah.
they see the money now. Like they see how much that game style took over and how many people are buying it through microtransactions. And if you're buying a certain amount and you're not getting a certain cut, and you can tell how many people, because I mean, I don't know what the numbers are for FIFA, but I know there's a lot of people who play FIFA around the world. And I know a lot of people play that, that's their most popular game type is the Ultimate Team. So I'm pretty sure they make a ton of money, because I think it's like $6 or $7 a pack to buy like the pack of cards, and people run through those cards. So I'm pretty sure they're like, FIFA saw that kind of money, especially within the last like 5 years when it really took off, and are like, wait, we need a piece of that money too. And then EA was like, it's kind of our idea. And then I think that's where their whole contract dispute went. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a, I think it'll be a flop only because depending, and I don't think it's going to be a flop. It just really depends on who's making it, and if they make quality gameplay to steer people away from the EA title. So
And what about you, Chris? What do you think? You think FIFA will be able to do this by themselves?
I think so. I honestly think, like I said, it sounds like they're fed up. A lot of people have been annoyed with the past couple FIFAs because it's just a copy and paste, and they haven't really fixed anything. I think the only fresh new thing that they've given us was Volta, um, and that was it. So I think they can do this, depending, like Alan said, on the company that they decide to go with, or who can they can partner with. Um, I think they could win if they bring back FIFA Street. To be honest, I
yeah,
want to
but that's the
see.
EA title.
Is it?
Yeah, that's EA Play. That's EA Big.
Oh yeah, it is EA Big. Well, we'll see what they can do. I'm hoping that besides just the normal FIFA game, that they try to come up with something else as another side game on top of it. I also think they're gonna try to bring back the story mode to it. I feel like they took it out of this new one. They took it out of this year's. But I feel like people did enjoy the story a little bit. I mean, it's just something to play on the side while you're waiting for your friends to jump on, and you can play them. But yeah, I think they can do it. Competition's always good, like we always say. So hopefully, we'll see what EA brings to the table also with what they're gonna do, and they'll go from there. So, and if they do well, do you guys think that if FIFA does well by themselves, do you think Madden will? The partnership
No,
with
the NFL just renewed their deal
with
with Madden, if
oh.
I'm not mistaken. But there are some NFL titles that do, like they are trying to get some titles. A lot of people want that contract. Actually, I'm one of the people who want that contract to end with EA, because EA has had that market for so long now. And the problem with the EA and the NFL contract is that you can't license any of the players' names. So where Pro Evolution Soccer at least got to put the players' names and teams and all that stuff, with if you make any other football game, you can't put the names of the NFL players because it's an exclusive contract with the NFL. So it can only be on Madden, and that's why no other game can even do well. Even if you make a good football game with really good gameplay, it won't matter because none of the names will be on there. And that's what the biggest issue is with the Madden and NFL one. And it's also happening in reverse with 2K, because NBA pretty much has, the 2K has that whole market right now for the NBA. So it's unfortunate, but
nobody wants to play a game that looks like a knockoff.
That looks like a knockoff and has none of the players that you want to play with.
Yeah, that would turn me off right away, probably, for sure. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see what happens with FIFA and EA. I'm sure EA is not going to be hurting after this. They're still going to be making a crap load of money. So yeah, we'll see. And staying on the EA train, Go ahead and go to our second story. It appears that EA has an undisclosed major IP in a remake plan for release in early 2023. This is also from VGC, and this is by Tom Ivan. Electronic Arts has said it's planning to release a major IP in a remake in the fourth quarter of its current fiscal year. The games are 2 of 5 titles scheduled to release during the 3 months ending on March 31st, 2023, 4 of which have not yet been publicly disclosed. EA provided an update on its release slate for the rest of the current fiscal year as part of its latest earnings report, which was published on Tuesday. The 4 undisclosed titles scheduled for release in the fourth quarter are listed as, quote, major IP, partner title, remake, and sports title. The previously announced game coming during the quarter is EA Sports PGA Tour. The partner title referred to could be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2, which is until recently reportedly targeting a 2022 release. Other games coming from the publisher include Apex Legends Mobile, which will launch this month. Oh, forgot about that. And F1 2022, which is being released on July 1st. The final EA Sports and FIFA game will follow an EA second quarter ending on September 30th, as well as a new Madden game. That's weird. Madden game every year. The third quarter ending on December 31st. I know, right? The third quarter ending on December 31st will include the next release of the next NHL game and the new Need for Speed. EA will launch the Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth this fiscal year. The free-to-play collectible RPG was announced on Monday. One thing that this article fails to mention about that Lord of the Rings game is that it is a mobile game that is probably going to be another gacha game. So be aware, I do not approve of this. They're going to mess up the Lord of the Rings. But it's EA, and you know what EA loves to do? Microtransactions, so expect some bullshittery to happen with this game. In March, EA's Motive Studios shared over 20 minutes of new Dead Space remake footage and confirmed an early 2023 release window for the game. Today's glimpse into EA's release schedule was delivered as part of the publisher's full-year earnings report. During the 12 months ended March 31st, 2022, EA said its player network grew 16% year over year to over 580 million unique active accounts, including 150 million EA Sports FIFA accounts. Earlier today, EA confirmed it's ending its long-term naming rights partnership with FIFA and plans to launch a new EA Sports FC series in 2023. All right, gentlemen. There's only one question from this one, and I'm curious to know what you guys think. What could this major IP be? I don't think it's Battlefield. I don't think it's another sports title. What do you guys think, Chris? Any indications? Any hints of what could possibly be?
I'm gonna say another Star Wars title. I don't think it's gonna be Jedi Fallen Order 2. It's I hope it is. Wasn't Mass Effect 4 like kind of in the talks too, or rumored right now?
That could be a major. No, that was announced though. That was.
Oh, like, they did announce it. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Star Wars. And also, I just wanted to say a small tidbit: stop making Need for Speed. All right, y'all haven't made a good Need for Speed since fucking what was it, Underground?
Since Little John was in it.
Oh my god! Look, man, some people play Need for Speed, okay? Not me.
I enjoyed that Need for Speed sometimes. But to your talking about your point there, Chris. Are you talking about different Star Wars other than Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, because they said that they had a couple ideas. I don't think we'll ever.
That Amy and Henning is working on, right?
Yeah, but we wouldn't get news about that because they just no, that is not EA. No, right. But we won't hear about hers for like we'll probably see the freaking title next year. We'll just see the still image and some music and stuff like that. Also, who's making Knights of the Old Republic remake? Is it EA?
That's BioWare.
Oh,
I don't know.
It is BioWare?
EA, yeah.
Which is owned by EA, pretty sure.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It could be. I mean, that was my guess for remake. for the remake part was either that or it's going to be Dead Space. Were the only two
Yeah,
games
Dead
that I can
Space
think
is
of.
a good guess also.
So
And also I was
here's
gonna throw out there. I feel like we'll get a surprise Star Wars Battlefront at some point. I don't think it'll be this, but I think they're gonna try again.
just for context here. Here's some of the EA studios. You got BioWare, Chilingo, which I've never heard of, Codemasters, Criterion, Dice, EA Capital Games, never heard of it, Fire Monkeys, Frostbite, which is an engine. I don't know why that's there. Full Circle, Industrial Toys. Industrial Toys, is that the one that makes something that Freddy's horror game?
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, where's that something else? Anyways, Maxis, which creates SimCity, I believe. Metalhead, never heard. Motive, which I think is a new studio. Playdemic, PopCap, Pogo, Red Crow, Redwood Studios, Respawn, Ripple Effect, which is EA LA. I'm sorry, which is Dice LA, I believe. EA Sports, Tiburon, which does the Madden, Track 20, and then EA Create. I don't know what a lot of these studios are, but any guesses there, Alan, about what the major IP could be?
I don't know. It might be it might be something new. I mean, it might. I don't know if it's going to be something that we've never seen before, or like I know there's not much detail on it, but I can't think of anything that they're working on that would be something that we did know that we don't know the dates for or around the time frame. So like because it's split in those four categories, I don't know what the new title or the new IP would be. Like I said, I assume the remake one is going to be something. Is it either going to be Dead Space, the Dead Space remake, or the Knights of the Old Republic remake? I think the Star Wars one is either Jedi Fallen Order 2 or whatever other game they had. And then the sports game is obviously, I mean, Madden, and I mean the soccer game would come out around that time then. That would be it because FIFA usually comes out October ish. So I would assume that's what I mean, or they might push it back to November because they have to change the name and all that. So that would make sense on that end, but I don't know. Maybe it's a brand new title that we haven't
Well,
seen before.
whatever it is not coming out till the very, very end of 2023. So that's still quite a long ways off.
Till the
maybe
end
it
of
is Mass Effect.
2023 or the beginning?
Yes, according to this, is Q4 2023. So after PGA, so in Q4 they have PGA Tour, the
Mhm.
major IP, the partner title, the remake, and the sports title. Which
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if they
This is
just put it in.
2023.
Yeah, I don't know if they just put it in Q4 just to be safe, and then they release it earlier. It's probably what they're doing.
Yeah,
But
it could be Mass Effect 4.
no, but you think they're gonna release Mass Effect 4 in Q4 next year?
2023. Why not? That's the holidays.
Because this year's kind of packed a little bit with some heavy hitters.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Shit.
I mean, I just can't think of unless, like I said, if it's new IP, I can't think of anything like we wouldn't know what it would be, right? But if they're hinting at it being a major IP that we all like, them saying major IP means it can't be a new. That means they already know that it did well, right? So I would
Yeah.
assume it would be something that we already know. So why not? What
Dang,
can
now
you
I feel
think?
like I have to go through the list of EA games and see if I wonder if it's like a reboot of a game and not like a remaster. I gotta find out what the major EA titles are because this is gonna eat me. Let's see: FIFA, Battlefield, Apex. Ooh, could it be Titanfall?
Oh wait,
No.
no, I completely forgot to tell you that I
Huh?
did see. I should have linked the article whenever I saw it, and I completely forgot. It was late. That
It
a
ain't
Titanfall 3 was rumored, even though they already said that they were not going to make another one.
It's not Titanfall.
Did you see a picture that had the Titanfall 3 on a game case?
I don't. Oh
It's
yeah.
not.
The game case is in
Yeah.
France.
That was before Apex Legends was announced.
Oh really?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Titanfall 3 was Apex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't Titanfall 3.
Yep,
We're never
yep.
getting in it. Okay.
Okay.
It could
No.
be The Sims. It could be Plant vs Zombies.
It better not be The Sims. It better not be a big tease for The Sims.
I mean, why not?
Sorry,
They
I
haven't-
mean,
when-
shout
when
out to
did
the Sims
Sims 4?
community, but I'm just saying.
The
When
Army
did
of
Sims
Two.
4? No.
It could be Spore redone.
Oh
Dante's
boy.
Inferno.
Oh, I love that game.
Mirror's Edge. Dragon Age.
Mm,
I wish it was Mirror's Edge.
no.
Skate 4.
Ooh.
Where's Skate 4 on this list?
Ooh.
Could
They
be.
did
could
say
be.
That
they
is a
were
major
back.
IP.
Yeah.
That is a major IP.
Yep. Dragon's Lair.
I kind of want to play Dragon Age now that you said it.
NBA Jam.
No.
No.
Medal of Honor. That could be.
No.
EA loves shooters, and right now they don't really have a shooter.
Yeah, they do. They have Battlefield.
That's bullshit. They don't have shit. They ain't got shit.
He's mad. He's big mad.
You can see. Oh, Tetris. Tetris.
That's it. That's
what
it.
it
I mean,
is.
it's a major title. That is a major
Yeah.
IP right
Oh,
there.
probably is this still the best selling game of all time?
No,
Or did
think it got
Minecraft take it
passed.
over?
I think it was
Oh, wow.
Minecraft, and then something. I think something else passed that too. Because isn't like the collection of all the Mario's past it now?
The collection or
think so.
Mario
I
Kart?
think-
I thought Mario Kart was up there.
No, I thought it was the collection of like the whole Mario thing.
One of you look it up. I'll keep
Yeah, I'll
reading
look it
through
up.
these games. Let's see. Not Dead Space. Even though it could be. Dragon Age Crisis. Could be. Harry Potter. Nah. A lot of Sims. I see. Burnout. It could be Burnout.
Oh
But-
my god, I would love that so much. Burnout was one of my favorite racing games. Takedown.
3.
Yep.
3. Yep. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Maybe it's Battlefield 3 reboot. Please.
It's not.
Syndicate. What's Syndicate? SSX Tricky.
Ah.
No.
It's Minecraft and then Grand Theft Auto 5. That's what the game was.
And then Tetris?
And then Tetris. Tetris is 3 now.
Man, GTA 5, you gotta be kidding me.
I mean, it's only been around
My
since
God.
2013.
That's insane. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any other games that would really make a big splash here. Battlefield, Need for Speed.
I'm putting my money on something Star Wars related, or it's gonna be Dead Space. That's what I'm gonna go
Bro,
with.
this list is kind of crazy.
What about it says sports title? What if it's another Fight Night? We haven't seen one of those in a while.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
people like
but
that.
I don't think it's Fight Night. I think they're out of that boxing realm. I can't, like I said, if it's 2023, I believe it's going to be the new version of FIFA because this year we're going to get I think with this year's 2023 version of FIFA is the last FIFA, and then after that the 2024 is going to be the end of there, and I think it's going to give them a little bit of time. So I think it's going to be FIFA. I think that's
Do you
the
think
sports title.
the major IP is FIFA? Is a new?
No. I'm saying the sports.
Oh,
Because
sports
you
title.
said it was broken down into like sports and stuff. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think it's that. I think that's the one.
The article here says that they think it might be EJ Sports PGA Tour for the sports title. So which could be
Golf games usually don't come out in at the end of the year though, because golf games usually come out. I mean, yeah, because the Masters starts in April, so I mean it could, but I don't think so.
Did you guys know that EA had I'm looking at a list of canceled games. They had a game that was Miss Universe, the game.
Oh my god!
International Beauty Pageant.
I'm not
there's
surprised.
Batman the Dark Knight, Command and Conquer Dawn Gate,
Mm-hmm.
NBA Live 13,
Oh, boy.
Project Ragtag, which was what Amy Hennig was working on and got canceled. Shadow Realms, Titanfall Online, Ultima X Odyssey, Star Wars Rise to Power. Oh, for Android. Anyways, so yeah, I guess we'll see probably spring next year. We'll probably get some teasers or something. So yeah, and then let's go to the last story here, and this is the last second edition that I added here. This is also from Video Games Chronicle, and it's also by Tom Ivan. EA boss says that the company is taking the long view with Battlefield 2042. EA CEO has said the company remains committed to Battlefield 2042 for the long term. Okay, all right, whatever. During the publisher's quarterly earnings on Tuesday, it was put to EA execs. That the game. What the fuck does that mean? It was put what? That EA execs that the game's most recent major update hadn't led to a resurgence for the title. What the fuck happened here? It's like a word salad, which has underperformed since its delayed release in November 2021. On April 11th, the Steam version of Battlefield 2042 had an average concurrent player count of 1,963 over the previous 30 days, according to Steam charts. In the 30 days since, the total rose up to 2,200. While not insignificant, it marks slow growth for the version of the shooter, which received its big 4.0 update on April 19th, featuring over 400 fixes and improvements, plus the introduction of voice chat. Wow. Asked if EA's commitment to investing in the game had changed following players' response to the update, boss Andrew Wilson said it hadn't. No, and again, we take the long view here, he responded. This is one of the great franchises of our industry, built by one of the great teams in the industry, and our expectations are it's going to continue to grow and be a really important part of our portfolio for many, many years to come. All right, I'm just going to stop right there because I don't believe anything this guy says. I don't know how he's still the CEO of EA. I guess he's to me, he's like the next Bobby Kotick, but without the sexual misconduct and stuff. So, Yendi, what do you think about this? Do you think that... I'm just kidding. Chris, do you think that they should just call it quits on 2042 and focus all the resources on the next Battlefield, a brand new Battlefield? Or do you think they should take all those resources and remake a fan favorite Battlefield like Bad Company 2 or Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4?
If I could get a remake of Bad Company 2 or Battlefield 3, I'd be happy. I mean, I still play 2042 on and off. I jump back in, see how it's doing, jump back off, and I've actually been having fun. It's a playable game now that I actually enjoy. It's just one of those things where it's now too late, and yeah. But I think they should probably call it quits. But there's still a lot of diehard fans that are still just staying on that game. So, how long has 2042 been out?
Since November, I believe.
It's almost, yeah.
A little early to call it quits, so they have to, I say, finish out the year and see what happens after that. But the dream is a remake of 3. To be honest.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, unless they can do a major haul on this and be like, hey, here's all the battlefields, here's all the maps, there you go. And maybe they have a small chance, but what they promised us and what they gave us just wasn't great. And that hurt a lot because the Portal, everybody was kind of like, okay, 2042 might suck, but the Portal's going to be awesome. Then we jumped to the Portal, and it's like there's no change here. It's like we were having trouble squatting up. Like some of those issues that they had in Battlefield or in the earlier Battlefields, they just carried over. They didn't even decide to fix. They just literally like copy pasted it over and like, oh look, it's here. It's in this game.
Since I've been playing Battlefield, getting in a squad with somebody has always been a pain in the ass, and I don't understand why they make it so goddamn difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give my take and then go to you, Ellen. I think they should give up. I think they should just either focus on Portal and get like a few developers to just focus on that and try to bring some players back, and then just take. I think more than anything, what people have been asking for is a sequel to Bad Company 2, and I would have to agree because I really, really enjoyed the first and second Bad Company because it was just a good story and the characters were so much fun and they were hilarious, and the story was just it was all right.
No, the first story was the first story I played over and over and over again, and I remember watching the bloopers and and the trailers and stuff like that. Um,
For me,
yeah.
it was the characters, and that made me want to continue playing. And it's hard for me to focus on a story, a shooter campaign, because you can see the enemies coming from a mile away, and then just they keep coming, they keep being recycled. But the Bad Company 2 just had something about it that just kept me going, and I would love to see a Bad Company 3, but I think that would take way too many resources. That I don't think they would have anybody left over to take care of the other games like Bad Company. Easiest route probably remaster, reboot, uh, Battlefield 4 or 3, and yeah, I mean to be fair, they did bring in new people. Vince Zampella is now, I think he's overlooking the studio, and along with him is Marcus Leto, which who is the I think co-creator of Halo or designer of Halo. So he knows his multiplayer really well. He knows what he's talking about, and I've been following him on Twitter, and he's actually interacting with fans, which is really important. He's listening. He's like trying to, if somebody's like, "Hey, why don't we have this?" He reasons with them. He tells them like from a development standpoint, like why it can't happen as quickly as they want it. And so they're trying, and I would love to see Battlefield 2042 become something that we look back on like No Man's Sky, but I think it's far too late for that to happen. The EA will never release free DLC for this game. EA is not No Man's Sky. There's no way they're gonna release free stuff. I mean, they could. I just don't see it happening. But Alan, what do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say they just need to take the L. Take the L on this game. It's over. At this point, like we said, there's just too much game out. There's too many games out there now for people to go back and give you a second chance if that initial chance isn't good. I mean, if you look at plenty of games, if you're not keeping your audience already there and keeping them satisfied, then you're crawling back up, and that doesn't work. It just hasn't worked with even No Man's Sky, who did a really big overhaul. It still didn't get near what it had when it initially came out, because that initial first reaction is what a lot of people base their things on, and you don't want to go back and feel hurt again. So there's plenty of games we've seen that have gotten better after their games came out, but like you're never going to get that initial boom again. So why not just drop something new, put all your resources. I love the bad company idea. Like you're gonna give someone something old, like an old name, an old title, but you could still make it a new game, and then work put your eggs in that basket. Or if you want to make a quick money grab, like quick cash, so that you can fund your next one, then yeah, you just remaster either Battlefield, either one of the popular battlefields, and then you get your money that way, and then have that sourced out, because it's not going to be really hard, like super difficult to remaster. People are just going to want some new graphics and stuff like that, and just all the bugs fixed. So I think they could do it that way, but like I said, I think 2042 it's done. I don't No matter how good that game gets, it's never going to get like to that initial hype that everyone had it for. And I think it's sad, but at the end of the day, even if you did get it back to that hype, EA is going to be like, well, we're going to charge you guys $60 because we finally fixed the game. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not going back to pay $60 for a game that took you almost 3 years to fix. So I think they need, lost hope on that. They need to move on, try something new, really listen to the fans and what they want. Obviously, you want to have your own direction on the game too. But I mean, you games like that where you want to keep your fan base and keep them playing your game and buying your content, you're going to have to keep them from beginning to end. And you see most of the popular titles, that's what's happening, right? Like anything that's been a long free to play game or something like that, they're doing fresh things to keep that same audience there. At least if they have their base thing, that then they're going to still be profitable. I mean, I can't. It's going to be hard for me to believe that 2042 is going to be profitable at any point now, because you're not getting the same amount of people, and people are not playing that game to buy anything. So I think it's a wash. That game's good to go, and it should go, and just work on something else.
The real shame for sure. Real shame. Oh man, I can't believe I made that video. Outlining what Battlefield 6 at the time called it needed, and I don't think they nailed any of it.
But you should send
But
them that video. Send EA that video.
yeah, All right. Well, that will do it for tonight's show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Look forward to another 60 episodes with you guys. Hopefully, by this time, we'll have thousands of subs on YouTube. We'll be making this our full time job, and getting that YouTube money, baby. So. But
One day.
yeah, make sure to follow us, like our videos, watch our stuff on YouTube. If you aren't following here on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter, go ahead and do that. All our socials are right underneath our names here, and if you look right underneath that, there's a QR code. So if you're watching, get your phone, scan it, easy peasy. That'll take you to our link tree. Make sure to follow us. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you next Tuesday at the same time. Right, Chris? It'll be good for next Tuesday. You think?
Probably not. I was going to talk to you guys about that after the show.
Okay, well, we might see you next Tuesday.
We are going to see you next
then,
Tuesday.
Yes. Until then, thank you for joining us. Last place fire
Oh no,
team
I won't be here next Tuesday.
out. All right. Well, surprise, surprise.
That's what I was going to talk about.